So, hi again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. And my name is John Lunn, aka Jonnychipz, and it is Friday, the 25th of June, 2021, and it's time for another episode. So, let's jump straight on in. So yes, hello again, everybody, and thanks so much for tuning in once again for this Friday lunchtime review of the week, I guess. Been quite a busy week again in terms of community call-outs and what's been going on in the world of Microsoft and Azure. We'll just jump straight on in, I think, because there's been quite a significant number of community call-outs I want to call out this week again, and there's been some big announcements this week from Microsoft. So let's jump straight on over. Okay, so we can't really start off a show this week without the announcement of Windows 11 that was effectively launched yesterday. So I managed to get a sneak peek at the launch videos and the stream that the Microsoft had put up on their website, and it looks great. I mean, just this tweet here from Satya Nadella, saying that today marks the beginning of a new generation of Windows with Windows 11. We're reimagining everything from the operating system to the store to unlock the new opportunity for the people and the world. So quite a bold statement there from Satya Nadella. And to be honest, it does look like, it's been completely, I wouldn't say reskinned, but it looks like there's been some huge development work on Windows OS. So there's a lot of things now that are integrated directly with the OS. The most notably marked from my point of view is that Teams now becomes an integral part of the OS, which is interesting to see because, and I believe they've completely redesigned Teams in order to do this. With the OS, they've made sort of OS updates markedly smaller, so there's no longer large downloads to keep up with those that kind of cadence of updates that Windows 10 had. The elephant in the room is that Microsoft said that Windows 10 would be the last operating system. They keep that updated, but clearly there was a significant push to do some updates on the OS side of things. So Windows 11 is going to be among us. I think I saw that it was going to be due for public release, general availability around about October time. So the fall this year, but I know that Windows insiders can get a look at that at the moment. So really great. I mean, this website here, you can see some of the screenshots for the user experience on the OS, and you can see it's got a very nice clean look. They've got that centralized taskbar thing going on there. This taskbar, I believe you can still move it down, put it back in the traditional place if you wanted to, but notification center looks fairly similar just at a glance like that. One of the cool things that I saw, and actually I'll make use of myself, and I'm sure everybody else will, was this ability to snap windows to certain specific areas of your monitors. Now, they had this with Power Toys, where you could have little areas on your monitor that you could snap certain applications to. It looks like they've taken that a stage further now and built that directly into the OS, which is cool. Like I said, Teams built directly into the OS, so you've got native camera and chat functionality and features that you don't have to effectively spin up your Teams client now. It's built into the operating system. It just looks cool. They've got this new kind of widgets area in terms of this whole little clean glass look is pretty cool. I mean, it looks nice, looks slick. You've got this. I believe this widgets area is powered by some AI under the hood, but I guess you can put up your favorite widgets and things like that. It's nothing that we're not unfamiliar with in terms of what's going on with our mobile devices and the kind of things that we can put up there and keep us notified on certain things. The other point that I saw was that you can apparently install Android apps on it, which is pretty cool. That kind of opens up a whole world of opportunity in terms of getting all your favorite apps onto your Windows OS, and I guess having a very similar look and feel in terms of usability. But obviously, I've yet to check that out for myself. So so on and so forth. It's great. I mean, it's great to see another evolution of the client-side operating system. I'm certainly excited to get a look at that. I do have a laptop that's on the Windows Insider. I just not powered it up. I might give that a little whirl and give it my first thoughts. But I appreciate this isn't necessarily Azure or cloud related. However, it's a market announcement that I think is going to impact us all. Obviously, it's a new OS, so we've got some more things to get a good look and feel over. So yeah, cool. Just thought I'd pop that out first thing. Let's move on. Okay. So, Mr. Cook, today is D-Day. So he tweeted this out last night. He's done absolutely fantastic. I believe he's not far off the £2,000 mark if he's not gone over that already. And look, if you're watching this and you've got a few pounds to spare, Carl is basically raising money for charity. It's his last day at work for his existing company at the moment. He's gone out on a limb and he's decided that he'll dye his hair blue, Azure blue, for charity. So if you've not supported Carl on that, jump on, go and follow him on Twitter, find his post. I'll click on his post now. There's a little bit of a background as to why he's doing it. And, there's some links there in terms of, the charities that he's raising money for to do it. But I believe today is like I say, is D-Day. So I think there we go. So tonight, this tweet was from yesterday, around 8:00. He's going to go on to Twitter Live. So go and follow him. That should be a great thing to watch. So yeah, well done, Carl. Looking forward to seeing you a bit later on. Okay, quick shout out again for July OT. I've seen lots of things going on, across the community in terms of getting prepared and the launch of July OT. If you don't know what it's all about, it's an entire month of IoT content. It's kind of been set up and organized by Microsoft, but they're looking for community contributors. So go and give Paul DiCarlo a follow on Twitter, follow that through, because there's some fantastic things going on in the community at the moment in terms of IoT and Azure and things that are going on. So, and it's just such a fun area to work in. So go and take a look at that blog post. And staying on the theme of IoT, Pete Gallagher, Pete_codes on Twitter. He tweeted this out this morning, so I knew he was working on some content for July OT, and it's great to see he's actually started to use some of the Azure Percept dev kit to do some speech recognition and audio listening, to do some stuff. So he's turning a lamp on and off. So he's got a blog series coming of this, and this will be launched through July OT. So again, go and follow Pete. Get involved, have a little watch of that. It's really good fun and interesting stuff. And staying on the theme of the Azure Percept, I was lucky enough to jump on a stream with both Pete, Cliff, and Mert last week, where Pete basically unboxed the Azure Percept dev kit, which was cool to see, and he actually got it up and running with an object detection model from the Custom Vision AI website. So he had trained a model, and he was able to determine whether something was a hammer or a screwdriver. So if you missed that, big shout out to IoT Leads for picking up on it. They've retweeted that out. But if you go over to the Azurish Live YouTube channel or Azurish Live Twitch.tv, you can get a watch that. It was a long one. It was about 2.5 hours long, but at least you'll get a quick insight as to what the dev kit is all about, that Azure Percept dev kit. So yeah, great fun. Thanks to Pete, Cliff, and Mert for that one as well. That was good fun to be on. So go and take a look at that. So Sam, and I've seen some of the things Sam has been doing around the community for the last couple of months now, but just wanted to call him out because I know he does an IoT Tuesday. So just to call his show out, it's fantastic. He's on episode 46. That's great to see that he's been doing this for such a long time now. So streams every other Tuesday. There's all his contact information. He's actually got episode number 46 looking at the WIO terminal, Cloud Connectivity Microsoft IoT Central. So it's one of those devices that you can kind of hook up into IoT Central. And it's great to see. So big shout out to Sam. I've taken a look at some of your content and it's fantastic. So go and give Sam a follow. Stay on tune for learning lots about IoT. And moving on, some more IoT knowledge. So this popped up on my timeline the other day from the Microsoft blog series. So basically, Kim Wall has released a ninja training for Microsoft Azure Defender. for IoT. So it's a great set of resources here in terms of, actually getting in and digging deep into what Defender is for IoT and, how you can use it, how you can set it up, all of that good stuff. There's a series of videos here, from an overview, then we go into basic features, another set of videos, and they're all manageable videos. They're not too long. They're sort of between the sort of 10 and 40-minute video size mark. So it's great to see. Deployment, another few videos, then we can integrate with Sentinel, then there's some advanced videos. But basically, it's a great hub of resources, some Defender for IoT training videos. So big shout out for that. If you want to find that, I know I've not got the URL on the screen here, but it's under the tech community Microsoft. So if you do a search for Kim Wall, or Microsoft Azure Defender for IoT training, you should find that, and you can see it comprises of over 22 modules. Okay, moving on, changing track slightly. This was quite an exciting announcement, and I think this is going to be quite a popular thing. So we've got a new examination going into beta at in late July. So around about a month's time, we're going to get this exam launched into beta. Which is the new Azure Network Engineer Associate exam. So it's going to be a 2-star exam, but it's about all things networking in Azure. It's going to be titled the AZ700, Designing and Implementing Microsoft Azure Networking Solutions. And we can see that we've already got skills measured here available. So design and implement and manage hybrid networking. We've got design and implement core networking infrastructure. We're going to be looking at design and implementing routing, secure and monitoring networks, and then design and implement private access. So that'll be the private link stuff. So to Azure services, we've got a detailed skills measured guide already on the website. And like I say, I can see this being a really popular exam, certainly for IT pros like myself that have come from that traditional infrastructure background where we'd like to think we've probably got a bit of experience in terms of the concepts and rationale behind a lot of these things. So, I'm looking forward to getting stuck into that. I may even look to do something with that on this YouTube site. So, yes, take a look at that. I'm looking forward to that getting launched into beta. Like I say, in around about a month's time. Usually beta exams then, they take a couple of months to release the results. So I think this probably is going to be, you're probably going to be looking at around about September time before this is generally available. But let's see how that goes. Okay, shout out to May. She has she's getting a group together to on Meetup to start learning everything about Power BI. In terms of, you can see there that May has put up a few headers in terms of looking at foundation, data visualization, creating and managing relationships and visuals, Power App visuals in Power BI, and another one to how to publish your dashboards in Power BI. She's got a Meetup group here. You can probably just about read that, or go and follow May on Twitter and go and find this post and sign up. I caught part of a session before my phone died last night on the Brad Cugg Meetup, a digital escape room, which was cool. I mean, it's fantastic, the things that May is doing at the moment in the community. Go and check that out. Go and follow her on Twitter. Go and have a look at this session, especially if you do want to learn a bit more about Power BI and the Power Platform. May is a great advocate of those technologies, and she's doing some fantastic things. So go and give her a follow, join in, and I'm sure you'll get a lot out of that. So thanks for that, May. Great to see. Anthony Bartolo posted this out the other day, and it made me chuckle a little bit because of some of the things that I've been playing with in terms of webhooks and if this then that, and getting things to happen in and around my office location based on other criteria. So Sonia Cuff has put together this bit of an article really on the Microsoft blogs, really looking at using sort of lighting and strip lights to highlight a problem. When an alert is generated from Azure Monitor, to kind of flash or turn on some lights. And she's given quite a detailed blog article here with how she's put it together using a Logic app, Basically how it acts, in terms of what actions he's used this, in order to turn these lights on and off, and authorizing particular light vendors to be utilized with the Logic App connectors and actions. So yeah, if you're interested in how some of these things are done, it's a great little blog article to kind of work through, and gives you some great detail as to how to start setting up an Azure Monitor alert, and based on that alert, creating an action and actually doing something in and around your physical environment. So big shout out to Sonia there. That was a great article and some great information there. So go and have a little read of that if you're interested. This caught my eye the other day, having played a very, very small part in helping moderate one of the rooms last year for Scottish Summit, or this year, earlier this year. God, the time is flying too quickly. It's fantastic to see they've got over 400 videos now up on their YouTube channel. You can see covering lots of different areas, pretty much the breadth of the Microsoft portfolio and platform. So a big shout out to them. If you want to go and find it, it's their channel is youtube.com/Scottish Summit. Go and take a look at it. There's some fantastic detail and information from loads of community members globally, because it was a virtual event and there were some fantastic sessions. So big shout out to the guys and gals that organised that event. Go and give them some support. Go and have a little look at some of the content that they managed to get captured and put up there on YouTube. So great to see. Yeah, Shannon Keen. So I've seen Shannon's presentation on VMware for Azure. So Azure VMware Services or Solutions, AVS. She popped this up on Twitter the other day to say that now they've got a learning module pathway, which is cool. Because, in terms of if you are currently working for an organization that's very heavily engrossed with VMware, you've got a lot of skill sets in VMware. Look, you can use AVS now to kind of take that knowledge directly to the cloud, so you can run your workloads using all the traditional VMware tools and techniques, vMotion, your VMs from your on-prem environment up into an Azure platform, and so on and so forth. So there's a whole learning pathway for that. So running VMware workloads on Azure VMware solution. Just scanning down it, you can see we've got introductions. We've got 3 what look like pretty good modules. So that's around 20 minutes. That's about an hour and an hour. So there's about 2.5 hours worth of content there for you to work through, if that is something. Really good to see that Microsoft are trying to pull in some of these other vendor features and functionality, and actually putting some learn modules up there in how to use it. So great to see. Okay, yeah. Shabazz and Simon have dropped their latest video on AVD Zero to Hero, their series. They've been doing a series of videos with learning AVD, formerly known as WVD. So the latest video drop was put up the other day by Shabazz. Shabazz and Simon have been working through this series. Go and take a look. It's great. They're starting to dig into some of the detail now in terms of you can see how to deploy Azure File Share and configure FS Logic permissions. So they're digging into each component area of what it takes to put an AVD solution in place. Go and give them a like and a subscribe and follow. You're not going to go too far wrong if you follow through with this series. So huge thanks to the guys for setting that up, and it's great to see. Looking forward to the next couple of episodes. And finally, big shout out to Gregor. So Gregor, he posted this up a couple of months back now, but he retweeted it the other day, and I thought it was quite pertinent because I agree with, every point that Gregor has listed in here. So if you were starting out in IT now, if you're a younger person into the industry, what advice would you give? So go and check that out. But it kind of echoes with my own personal beliefs and kind of morals, I guess, in which way that you should be going and what you should be doing in terms of making best use of your time, because it's such an overwhelming world for everybody, it's fair to say. But Gregor has really got some great bullet pointed tips and tricks, which, to be honest, there's probably a couple in there that I could do a lot more with. But yeah, go and take a look at that. Go on to Gregsooty.com. Go and find his blog article, especially if you're after some advice on what you should or shouldn't be doing. Go and give those a read. I 100% agree with Gregor's views on what he's put down there in his list of advice. Yeah, I mean, it's great to see. So thanks for that, Gregor. Okay. Not quite sure why I pressed that button, but there we go. These things happen. Okay, let's move on then. So we'll quickly talk about some of the things that I have been up to on the side, so to speak, this week. So fairly short one. Let's jump over. So yeah, huge thanks firstly to Chris Reddington. I had a great chat with Chris the other week. This went out last week in terms of a discussion I had with Chris. Look, I've not done too many of these, to be honest. I'm usually the one talking to other people on my YouTube series. So it was great. Chris asked me to come on to his show, which obviously I was obliging. Chris is a great guy. He's got some fantastic content and he's doing some fantastic work in the community. Obviously he's a CSA working at Microsoft right now. So it was an honour to jump on with him and have a chat with him about really my journey and what I've been up to and what some of my thoughts and feelings are about the industry at the moment. So that went up. If you want to have a watch, great. Go and give that a watch. It's on Chris's YouTube channel, so it's cloudwithchris.com. You can get a link to it there to go and have a watch if you want. I put a link on my YouTube. If you look down into Cloud Family, you'll see there's a link to the video on Chris's channel down there as well. So yeah, huge thanks to Chris for having me on his show. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It was all good fun. So yeah, go and let me know what you think. Okay, and as it is Friday, we've got another episode of In Conversation With. Now, firstly, just want to say apologies for last week. I had some dire terminal problems with the audio of the video I did with Neil McLaughlin, which I was absolutely gutted by. I'm going to have to catch up with Neil and re-record that at some point if he's got time. But these things happen. I would blame computer software, but that would be wrong on me. It was clearly something I did wrong. For whatever reason, you've got to edit a video, and I thought everything was fine. The video was fine beforehand, audio was there. Exported the video. Yeah, lucky me, didn't check before I put it on YouTube, but the audio had gone. My bad. And of course, I'd gone and deleted the other stuff because they're large files and I feel I don't need them. But there we go, lesson learned. Anyway, this week, Friday tonight, I'm on with Clifford. So Cliff is coming on and we talk about IoT. He's a pilot. We talk about physical computing. He also gives a sneak peek of the Azure Percept dev kit as well. So really good fun, interesting and intriguing chat that I had. That's going out tonight, 6:30 p.m. BST. Jump on to the Azure Live twitch.tv channel. And joining on the chat, that'll be good fun to have you there if you can join me later. Okie dokie, and moving swiftly on, we will get on to the Welsh Azure. And again, the Welsh Azure updates only quickly today. Let's just jump straight over. So yeah, just to call out again, fantastic sessions that we had last month, but this coming month of July, the next session is on the 15th of July, 6:30 p.m. BST. We're keeping the usual format again. We're going to have 3 lightning talks and we've got a feature-length talk. So we've got Mike Martin coming on, Ride the Lightning, Azure Security Center. He's going to give us an overview, 15-minute lightning talk overview of Azure Security Center. We've got Ashish Sharma coming on to talk about troubleshooting performance degradation in Azure Web Apps. Again, 15-minute talk, so it's going to be full on, I would say. And then Ryan Mangan is going to come on and talk to us around about how we deliver applications using MSIX App Attach, which is cool. So we got those 3 lightning talks from those guys, and then I'm excited to have Tim Warner. So Tim, for those of you that have been in the industry for a little while, you've no doubt heard or watched one of Tim's courses over the years. He's a legend in his own right. I think it's probably fair to say he's got some fantastic content. He's done so much training material over the years. It's really an honor to have Tim join us at the Welsh Azure user group to give us a talk around Azure networking. So it kind of is quite apt in terms of tying in with that beta exam that's going to be launched around about the same time, I'm guessing. So that will be a cool discussion. So looking forward to that one. Let's just jump straight over. And we're going to pick straight up then with Azure News and Updates. So like I say, there has been a lot of updates this week again. I'm just getting my screen ready. We'll jump straight on over. We'll just go straight into the Azure News and Updates now and have a quick skim through. Okay. So yeah, I think we've had about 18 or 19 updates this week. So it's been quite a busy week in terms of updates again. So as usual, if you don't take a look at this website, then you probably should. If you're in the cloud space, try and take a look, at least a 5-minute skim read every week if you can, just to try and stay on top of what's going on. And I don't know why my titles are not saying Azure Updates and News. There we go. That's better. Yeah, if you can stay on top of it, then do so. Jump over to the Azure Updates webpage and just get a bit of a feel for the kind of things that have been launched this week. So let's just jump in. This last week we've had about 18 or 19. I'm not going to dwell on them too much, but we'll just walk through them and I'll pick out the ones that I'm a little bit more familiar with. So first one, Azure Key Vault Managed HSM is generally available. Okay, we've got in preview, there's been a lot of database updates again. So Postgres SQL, Flexible Server, Forced Failover in public preview. Interesting one. So Azure IoT Edge for Linux has now gone GA. So that was available in preview for a little while. So I played with it slightly, but for Linux now, so we can use Linux-based devices for IoT Edge devices, which is cool to see. So great to see it's gone GA. Full text query and diagnostic logs for Azure Cosmos DB has gone into general availability. Azure Machine Learning in public preview announcements for June 2021. So there's been a few more announcements for that Azure Machine Learning service. Digging into it, let's just see if we can pick them out. So text classifying, label capabilities. Okay, so I mean, if you are using machine learning, then you'll probably be a bit more familiar with what these actually are relating to. So that's cool. Public preview updates for late June 2021 for Azure SQL. So we've got the ability to use a Azure AD only authentication for SQL database and manage instance, and to disable that local SQL authentication. We can use Azure SQL database hyperscale with named replicas to massively scale out read workloads and easily implement near real-time analytical solutions. And we can also create or upgrade your Azure SQL managed instance general purpose instances to host up to 16 terabytes worth of data. Okay. And there we go. We've got GA updates for June 2021 for Azure SQL. Some more news around in preview bits for Postgres SQL. So Hyperscale now offers server group restart feature is in public preview. GA expansion of credit-based disk bursting to Azure standard SSDs E30 and smaller. We've got Azure Blob Storage, NFS3 protocol is now supported, has gone GA. We've got Data Lake Storage Gen 1. The account creation will be blocked for new customers, okay, starting July the 5th. So that's in about a week and a half, 2 weeks' time. So note that. So Azure Maps Mobility Services preview will be retired. Okay, so clearly there's a service there that has been deprecated. So if you are using it, I've not used that myself, then take note of those dates. Azure Sphere OS version 2106 has now gone generally available. So there's now an Azure Container Registry that's available in WestUS 3. So WestUS 3 is that data center out. I think it's Arizona, the one that is the most kind of got the lowest carbon footprint, if you like. So that's cool to see that they're now starting to bring in some more of the services out into that data center region. Okay, so Azure Cognitive Services Text Analytics for Health has now gone generally available. Okay. And so, I saw a little bit about this one. So turn your phone into an IoT device with a new IoT plug and play mobile app. I did see this, and that's pretty cool. And it's kind of, again, lowers the barrier to entry for maybe a lot of people. We've all got mobile phones. They've got a whole bunch of sensors, bits and pieces. Now you can install this IoT plug and play mobile app, and you can start playing around with some bits and pieces, like sending telemetry from the device sensors, such as the accelerometer, and barometer. We can see the device properties, such as the manufacturer model, and update device twins from the cloud. And we can update commands or execute commands on the device, such as flashing your phone's flashlight directly from Azure IoT. So really to get you, a little bit involved and understanding, how to start to use some of these IoT capabilities. Cool to see. There's some DevOps updates for June 2021. I'm not going to dwell on them too much. And yeah, general availability. So now Azure Digital Twins plugin for the Data Explorer, I think I showed a couple of weeks ago on one of these videos, that is now GA. So that's cool to see. And finally, Azure NetApp Files regional capacity quota. Okay, so it looks like the regional capacity quota is going to be set to 25 terabytes. I don't know which is the default. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I've not yet used Azure NetApp Files in any customer projects, but, you can see the capabilities and, to have that traditional NAS style storage, in terms of using NetApp to create those volumes and things like that. There's some updates and some information there on the regional capacity. So go and take a look at that. So there we go. So yeah, around about the half an hour mark, not too bad this week. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in this week. Like I say, it's been a busy week again this week with announcements and things going on, and work seems to be relentless at the moment. There's a million and one things to do, so just constantly trying to keep those plates spinning. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please do like, subscribe if you have. Would really appreciate that. But for now, until next week, thanks for watching. See you soon.